Right. So I think this for convenient, we're going to look at the cases in this problem. Right. We look at the system that having a translation. We have two interconnected, three interconnected, five interconnected bodies. Right. So we have the log. We have the um, concrete block. We have a pulley, two pulley there, right? Pulley C and pulley the fixed pulley, and the we have a 250-pound concrete block A. It's been released from rest, and this concrete block is used to pull 400-pound log up the 30-degree ramp or chute, right? If the coefficient of kinetic friction, right? So this represents a motion. It's already in motion. Between the log and the ramp is 0.5. We require to determine the velocity of the concrete block as it hits the ground, right? So if you look at this problem, if you go send this problem to someone else, right, who don't have an engine problem, naturally he understood that something heavy should go downward, right? So if the log for create a force which is smaller than the concrete block, the block will be raised up, right? So if the concrete block is heavy, it will pull the log up the ramp, right? So this is the natural, based on our daily experience. So, so this is a problem that we need. So from this problem, we identify that this equation can also be solved using the energy work method, because it mentioned about two state, kinematic state. One, the concrete block at a rest position with about 20 inch from the ground, and then the next part will be the at the ground. So most probably we can solve this problem using the energy work method. So from the nodes, fundamental nodes that we already discussed, so the next step should be to identify the coordinate system. We first have to model the system as a particle, right? So this is what we're going to do. And next will be to draw to choose the coordinate system. And next will be to identify the direction of force consistent with the coordinate system and the accelerations. So in this case, we don't have the accelerations for the components. So we need to identify the acceleration component so that we can then draw the kinetic diagram and so on, right? After that, we can write the equation in terms of the component, right, according to our coordinate system that we use. So we're going to compare that procedure mentioned by Professor Merriam and the way that it solved this problem. Right. So if you look at the step of solutions, so Professor Merriam, what he need to do is to define the acceleration vectors, right? And these acceleration vectors is being evaluated based on the length of the cable connecting the concrete blocks with the pulley C, right? So these are the information. It says that based on the diagram or problems, the length of cable actually 2 times the length connecting the pulley C to the pulley O. Right now, we don't consider any connect system. We just want to get the expression for acceleration vectors. So we can see that from the length, we have the SC values, and then we have the distance of the pulley blocks up to the stationary pulley. And we have constant values because there is a cable that wrap around and then in order for us to evaluate the accelerations, right, along the S coordinate system, right, the path coordinate system. So we have 2SC, there is acceleration of pulley C and acceleration of a concrete block. The next, the step should be identify the coordinate system. So what the author do, he already identified the coordinate system for the log as well as for the pulley. So they are using the Cartesian coordinate system, and the orientation of coordinate system is not the conventional one because it's not horizontal but it's parallel to the chute, and the positive value is towards the down of the ram, right? And the X and Y is normal to the ram surfaces. And for the concrete block, so you can find that the coordinate system will be different compared to the log, right? So I just missed the coordinate system for the concrete block. We identify all the forces acting on the log as well as on the pulley and the concrete block. For concrete block, there is a weight and then the tension of the cable, and the tension of cable must be should be less than the concrete block, right? And at the pulley section, there is 3 forces acting on it based on the cables. So we assume that during the motion, the tension of the cable that pulling the C in a negative direction of X, direction of motion, is T, and it's balanced with the force due to the tension there. So from here we can see that because they are in the same direction. So, and then we have the log, right? The log, we have the force, tension of the force, and it's balanced with the frictional force that oppose the motion, direction of motion. We have the weight, and the always pointing downwards, and then we have the normal forces. So what we've seen here, the author identify the coordinate system, and then identify the force acting on the every elements, every particle inside the system, right? So we have to consider only 3 particle here, and after that we should able to write the equation of motion for this problem. Right, for this problem, what the author do is to evaluate the component of force in y direction. So this one is I can say this rectilinear motion, and we evaluate the y component because with that we can evaluate the tension in the cables, right? And then we already know about the frictional force acting on the system, and positive value is always in the positive x direction, right? So For the force in the X component, the frictional force is positive, and the tension is always negative, trying to pull the log. So this one is referring to the log, the mass of the log, right? And then we have the mass of the log times the acceleration AC. Actually, is the SC dot, the derivative of length of the cable table, right? So this is what we get, how we get the equation of motion. Right, this one is referring to the concrete block, right? We have positive y values. Actually, is in the direction of gravitational acceleration, right? So they are using a different coordinate system. This one maybe S coordinate system, because you can see there is no indication about X or Y. So most probably this is on S coordinate system. So we have the weight of the concrete block minus the tension in the cable equal to the mass of the block times the acceleration, or SA, from the equation, right? And then based on three equations that we have earlier, because we don't, the unknown that we have is the tension in the cable, we have the acceleration of the log and acceleration of the concrete block. And from this system of equation, the author managed to solve the acceleration of the concrete block, which is positive A. This A acceleration A is a concrete block, positive, right? And then we have the pulley acceleration, or the log accelerations, which is in negative direction. So it's slowing down, right? So acceleration is AC is negative, mean it's decelerating as the system reach the ground, right? And then at the tension tables, it's already, we got the value which is equal to the less than the weight of the cables, the weight of the concrete block. Right. So this is how we can obtain the velocity of the concrete block as it touch the ground. Right. It's not zero. It has certain velocity. This one is immediately before it come to rest. Right. So the concrete block travel about 20 feet downwards. And here we can see that the gravity is not involved in the equation, right? Because as you can see, the gravitational component is already there inside the acceleration component. When we evaluate the free body diagram, we have the weight of the concrete blocks already have a gravitational component there, right? So implicitly the gravitational acceleration is already there in the equation.